It's partly a matter of safety as well as user comfort that a caravan needs servicing on a regular basis. Out of the 60 or so jobs in servicing, here are some of the key tasks. If your caravan has this kind of stabilising hitch, then in servicing there's a check on the actual contact pads. You see, looking across here while the work is being done, you have a tow ball and you have two small pads that press really hard against the tow ball when the lever is down. But they're absolutely useless if grease has got on the tow ball. In fact, it gets on there, and these are rendered useless and then need changing. Now, of course, the gas is an area that you really can't do yourself. Wouldn't dream of doing it, and an expert will be checking out all kinds of things, like to see, for instance, if there are any leaks in the system. So here we have a special pressure test where we're going to pump air in. The system is all set up inside, ready to receive that air, and it's acting like the gas would. And if there is going to be a leak, naturally, that's going to be revealed on the measuring equipment. Conducting a damp test is important on caravans of all ages. Caravans can leak, and a device like this will pick up where the leaks are before it gets too bad. A leisure battery is also looked at critically as part of the service, and this test gear can assess whether the battery is in good condition or not. But what about the charger that's built into the Caravan? Well, that's coupled up at the moment, that's operating, and we can see that it's giving the battery 13.68 volts. This is a test of the gases coming out of the flues on the water heater, the space heater and so forth, and the fridge as well. To start with, the probe is placed into the flue, and then the calculations in the magic box can assess whether the flue gases are safe or not. So we've now taken the wheel off and we're going to look at the brakes, an important safety feature. The drum has been removed. The first check is to see that the bearing itself is fine and it's not leaking. It should be totally sealed. And then the binding surface here, the friction surface is checked, and a piece of emery cloth is used to make sure that it's suitably clean. There's a need to apply a grease, and this has to be done very carefully, thoroughly and professionally, because you don't want grease in the wrong place. The springs that hold the shoes in place are double checked, and the mechanism that causes it all to expand when the cable is applied. Over the last 40 years, caravans have lost their wheels, and that's why nowadays service staff are so specially careful to check that the fixings are tightened up with a torque wrench, but it doesn't just end there. To be double certain, a second member of staff comes in with another torque wrench and goes through the routine separately. So your caravan is serviced, you're ready to enjoy your holiday safely. There's only one thing I'd say in closing. Around springtime, everybody wants to get their caravan serviced and ready for June, July, August. And all the workshops are booked right up. Think about the calendar. Don't forget in January or February. You might just be able to get in before the rush starts. As they say, it's the early bird that catches the worm.